Last year, 4 of the best drivers battled it out at the Sussex County Fairgrounds as we were there to cover it for the first time. This year, we're back, and after the rain hit the previous night, there's only one show to do. It's KSR Motorsports at the Sussex Fairgrounds. We are back at the Sussex County Fair in New Jersey for the KSR Motorsports event, as we have some spectacular monster truck action coming your way here on Motorsports Hour. I'm Thomas Frasco. We have a great lineup of drivers, both for the monster trucks and the tough trucks, as we're going to be covering both of their competitions in just a few moments. Let's take a look at the lineup. Shan OBrien in WEBSLINGER, the hometown hero out of New Jersey. Tim B driving Killer B this time, as we saw Joe Jenkins the previous year. JR Seasock's back in a new chassis for Playin Hookie, and Stephen Thompson is here in Hurricane Force. Let's start it off with Wheelies, as we have the man himself, JR Seasock, Playin Hookie. We had a lot of coverage on him in our inaugural season of Motorsports Hour back last year, as here for pretty much the only monster truck event that we're going to be covering this year. We're going to see how he does, as there's been a lot of scheduling conflicts. Accord got canceled for unknown reasons, and a couple of events we could not attend. So here we go, first hit, and it already seems like there might be an issue. Like you can hear him gassing it, and it doesn't look like it's going full power. Might be a spark plug loose or something. As you can hear him going with the throttle, it's not giving all the RPMs. As now he's going for that second hit. Looks like he's going to be lining up for the cars. And unlike last year, the cars are not embedded. There's no dirt around them. So you're going to see some pure crushing this year, which is pretty refreshing after not really seeing too many cars this year. Oof, yeah, you can hear that just the truck is not pulling the way that he wants. But he did get a little bit of air off it, but not too much. But we'll see how JR does, possibly when we get back, which will be around freestyle. Alright, Tim B, Killer B, as it's great to see this truck back, and this time a different driver. Nice first hit. It's just the track is a little bit wet from the lots of rain that we had the previous night, hence why the Tuesday event was canceled, and only the Wednesday show remains. Oh, he's going on the far side. He might be going for that kicker ramp, as because of the space being widened a little bit at the fairgrounds, the track is a little bit more creative this year. Oh, he just couldn't get it to bite. He was in a bad spot. As especially with these type of track conditions, if you want to do some nose wheelies or poppers, you gotta find that nice dry spot. Either you find it or you make your own, as with those tire marks it helps gets it. Shan OBrien and WEBSLINGER is up and ready to go. The hometown hero. Shan OBrien out of Hackensack, New Jersey. Owns the tough truck, and he drove Thrasher for many years. That's a much better hit compared to what we've seen. And you can listen to those open headers. Another little fresh sight there, as we haven't heard in a while. Most of it's been mufflers. So not bad first hit, but let's see if Shan can possibly get a bigger hit and try to stay in the lead. Because what we're doing this year is we're just going to go and hear from what the crowd has to say, and we will report to who wins. Alright, Shan's going back for that racing lane. But we tried to get a little bit more sky high on that one. Shan OBrien and WEBSLINGER. Great 2 hits. As after we have our last wheelie run, we will hear from what the fans have to say in Augusta. As now we have Stephen Thompson, Hurricane Force. And he already has momentum coming out of the gate. Right for the line of cars. Nice little wheelie, pretty much similar to what Shan did. Now he's going to try to top that in order to get the win in the wheelie competition. Stephen Thompson, Hurricane Force, been driving for many, many years. And he's also driven many different other names of trucks, like Iron Warrior, Zombie, Earthshaker, Hooked, Taurus, Buffalo Tremor. And now he's got Hurricane Force. Oh, trying to go for a nose wheelie. And he gets the stoppie. Nice job by Stephen Thompson and Hurricane Force. As now we're going to wait for what the fans have to say. And if that is the win, we're going to listen in. And Hurricane Force wins wheelies. Now we get into some pretty interesting stuff. You never know what you're going to see at a monster truck show. And this time, coming up next, it's Tough Trucks.
Turn your passion into a career at the University of Northwestern Ohio. From high performance to automotive, diesel, and everything in between, you'll find a degree that will get you a job.
Students that go through our programs have fantastic experiences and they come out getting good job placements.
70% hands-on, no out-of-state tuition, and accredited degrees in trades that are in high demand all across the country.
10 out of 10. If you even think this is the right place for you, you better just go.
Learn more about your future at unoh.edu.
Welcome back to the Sussex County Fairgrounds in New Jersey as we are ready for tough truck races. As there's going to be roughly 3 rounds of tough truck races. Fastest time will get the grand prize. This event being held by KSR Motorsports. Be sure to check them out as they've done some smaller independent shows throughout the year, mostly around the New Jersey, Pennsylvania area. And they've done phenomenal jobs throughout the whole entire run. Alright, we're soon going to be getting things all set for the first of 3 rounds of Tough Truck Time Trials for some cash. Also, just want to note that coming up on TF Motorsports, we're going to get some more Orange County coverage with races on the 8th, as well as EVA Destruction and the Eastern States Weekend in October. That'll be it for Motorsports Hour for 2024. And hopefully for 2025, our schedule will line up and we'll get more monster truck coverage, more than what we've had to work with this year. Ronnie and Hellbound is going to be the first one up in the tough trucks as he's lined up and he's set and ready to go. Coming right out of the gate with a lot of power. As gets a little bit caught on the edge there. Oof, that's going to slow him down a little bit. He's got to pick it up. There's a little bit of air off that little roller. Really slinging up some mud right there. Love to see that. Really getting some air here. Oh, he's launching it. And now he's going to make a whole 360 turn. Ah, but it's not sticking. You see he's a little bit caught there. Oh, and he overshoots it. Oh, there it goes. Got the cone, so I'm pretty sure that would be a penalty there for Hellbound. But yeah, that's how tough this track is, so you really got to watch out for that stuff. Checkler and Uproar is going to be the next one up in the Tough Trucks. Round number 1 out of the 3 rounds that we have. As he is lined up and ready to go. And he still pretty much has to set the bar. Alright, here he comes. Nice turn to start things off. You can see that was some really great brake moves that he had to do there to really line that truck. And then rolls over that roller. And you can just see him slinging that mud. Oh, he got a really good turn. This is going to help him a lot. Here he comes to that second roller. Rolls over that one too. And now Uproar's just going to make that one turn right there. Oh man, he's really gassing it here. Beautiful. Let's listen to the times. 31.85 for Uproar. A great start. As now we get ready for our next one. Alright, Dustin Wreck-It Ralph. He's next up. And he's got a really nice turn. Oh, goes a little too far. Ah, man, that kind of messed him up a little bit. But with that speed on the straightaway, though, he might be able to make up for it. He just has to keep in the throttle and the momentum to really get that fast time. Slinging in that mud right there. Wreck-It Ralph on the last turn. And he's got a really good turn. Ooh, little bit of a mistake, but fixes it. And he makes it. Not quite going to be enough there. As now Jeremy and Booger Hog will be the next one up in the round number 1 of Tough Trucks. We're going to see how he does here. Definitely sounds a lot different compared to the other ones that we've heard. Jeremy's got some speed, though, as he goes down to that roller. And he actually got some pretty decent air off that. Man, look at him sling that mud. Again, whenever you go to a monster truck show, the side acts, you never know what you're going to see. Last year we saw Quad Wars. This time it is Tough Trucks. Man, Jeremy's on a roll. And look at that beautiful turn. Best one we've seen so far. 30.29. Now the question is, can anybody reach 29? Colton and Dan Thing Gone Wild is next up. I believe he might be the last one for round number 1 before we have the second and third rounds in Tough Trucks. Got a pretty decent start there. And Colton gets a little bit close to the wall. Manages to avoid that. With these runs, you really got to be consistent to get the fastest time. And that's the challenge, especially with what they have to work with. But those wide turns seem to be the best part of the race. They always seem to slingshot it like a dirt track. Damn Thing Gone Wild now has to make that last turn. And went a little bit too far out, but he's got a lot of speed. Here we go. Let's see what it is. Not quite able to snatch it, but now we have round number 2 of the Tough Trucks. Ronnie and Hellbound's got his second of 3 passes. Oh, and he corrected his mistake that he did before. Seems to have some more momentum this time. Goes around it. I believe they might have taken that out for the remainder of the runs. So it seems like now they only have to hit these 2 that are right on our side of the track. Ronnie's looking good here as we're about to see that next turn. Oh man, this time he goes way too wide. As he needs to find that in between. He can't go too wide and he can't go too stiff. Alright, Chad and Uproar is next. As he is next up for his second round. Nice little start there. And he really tries to whip that thing. And I got a feeling if he sends it a little too hard and if he goes nose first, that could be a little painful since he has that bumper right in front. That's why with these rollers it kind of makes me a little worried. But it seems like he does carry a good amount of speed after he rolls over those. And here comes that final turn. And yeah, the brakes on his seem to work really well, as that was a beautiful turn. He got it! 29.53. He reached the 29th mark. How about that? Alright, Dustin Wreck-It Ralph, he is back on the track for his second run. Oh, little bit too much there again. But he still tries to keep the speed, as then he goes shooting around in a very nice turn. He tries to keep it nice and tight. Slowly over the rollers. Wreck-It Ralph, last turn, and he goes wide, and then he goes in. Let's see if that helps. Spraying some mud, as now we wait. 32.09. Not quite going to reach it, but I do bet that it could get top still, because this was the fastest time for the first round. And it's from that man, Jeremy and Booger Hog, as he already has a lot of momentum as he goes into that main turn, going to the rollers. Lets off just a little bit. Yep, and now he goes for a different approach over those rollers, and now onto that turn. He's got a lot of momentum on this run. Here we go. Oh my, 25.35. I don't even know if that's going to get beaten now, but just watch until one of these get beaten right out of the gate. All right, last round. Running Hellbound already has a very nice start to his final run. As look at him really slinging in that dirt there. As now he goes to those rollers one more time. Uh-oh. Sounds like the transmission might be winding down on him, so unfortunately, he will not be going for that last shot. It will be a DNF as we're about to get our next run in for round number 3. Chad and Uproar, last one, as he has a pretty decent start. As now he goes into that turn. Beautiful angle as he goes back into that wide swooping turn right here. You can really hear that power in that Uproar tough truck. Chad's doing a really good number here. He's got that final turn. And really slinging in that dirt and mud. And he makes it. Oh, so close, but still manages to get to 27. Wreck-It Ralph is back. Dustin wants to try to get this win here. Oh, he slings out again. I don't know, maybe if that's maybe a strategy of some sort, or maybe he messed up. Not too sure, but still, it looks spectacular either way. Making really good headway here for his final pass. But those rollers right there, he is slowing down a little too much, I must say. He's got to give a little bit more momentum if he wants to get that win. All right, that final turn. And he is just right on that cone. Unbelievable. I don't know how he didn't hit that. And his last time will be around the 31 range. Jeremy Boogerhog, he has the fastest time around the 25 range. But now he wants to try to top that and try to grow his lead just a little bit so he knows that he'll be able to get that cash prize. He's got some good momentum. Slow over that first roller. And, oh, sends it a little bit on the second. That was almost like a Tom Meents send. He sets it up for one and goes for the other. But that turn right there was a little bit too wide. Let's hear. Oh, off by a second, but still, he managed to have the fastest time for first and second. Dang thing gone wild. Last up, Gold. Let's see if he's able to go ahead and beat Boogerhog, as he's the last one to go. A little bit slow on that first part, but he still has some ground to make up. Oh, he's a little out of shape there. That's definitely slowing him down a little bit. You got to be really, really straight in this course. You can't really be too out of shape. Well, now he's got that last turn. Here he comes around the cone. Oop, got a little caught in that last part. Swings it wide. 26.59. Not quite gonna get it. Jeremy and Boogerhog is going to win. How about that for some tough truck action? Now coming up, it's what you've been waiting for. Monster Truck Freestyle on TF Motorsports.
The thing you need to know about the Dodge brand is that we always get to where we are going without ever forgetting where we've been. The miles under our belts, the 100+ years of know-how and swagger fuels us with the highest octane, gives us the greatest charge, and always will. Everything that is cool about this car that doesn't look like a typical battery electric melted jelly bean, from the R-Wing design to the Charger Daytona's game-changing interior, are what a brand can build when you work to deliver. Never before, again and again.
Welcome back to Motorsports Hour for KSR Motorsports at the Sussex Fairgrounds. Elizabeth, Black Widow, and man, oh man, it is way different in person. You could actually feel the impact from the flames. Elizabeth Steele able to drive after hitting that wall of fire. Incredible, as she did it picture perfect. Now it's time for freestyle. JR Sesock Playin Hookie is first up. As Looks like he's been battling some mechanical gremlins, and it seems to have followed him into the freestyle competition. But he's going to try to make the most of it as he gets a pretty decent hit rolling over the cars. As we hope to see more of the Seasocks, both Kyle and JR in Playin Hookie for 2025 when we tried a couple more monster truck events next year. As yep, unfortunately, as we've said, this year the monster truck coverage has unexpectedly been very, very limited due to plans and also some cancellations. But thankfully, we're able to give you one show, and that is Sussex. And a nice little crush there from JR. Kind of reminds me of an old school monster truck show where they're just rolling over cars and really destroying them. It's pretty refreshing in a way. And there goes the cone for a second time today. But yeah, you can hear right there, that truck is not pulling right. It doesn't have all the power. You can hear it just kind of holding back a little bit. So possibly there's something wrong with this truck. And hopefully he could get that fixed, possibly for the next years of shows. And here's something different, goes for the rollers. I like what JR's doing. He's trying to improvise a little bit. JR, Seck, Playin Hookie. We saw him 3 times last year. Did a phenomenal job. Really showing his stuff here at Sussex once again. Nice crush. And also this is a brand new chassis for Playin Hookie. As you can see here, different suspension, different motor. And he also has some extra lights on that truck looking pretty fresh. JR, Seck, I believe that might be done for Playin Hookie. And yep, there's the wave to the crowd. JR, Seck, Playin Hookie. A little bit frustrated possibly with the truck. As next up, Tim B, Killer B. He's already got some good momentum coming out. Tim B. This is the second time we're seeing Killer B, and that's better air off the cars. Last year, Joe Jenkins drove for him at the Sussex Fair. He did a great job. And Tim B, he's also very talented behind this Killer B truck. And here he comes now to the line of cars. Oh, even bigger air that time. And he's got a lot of momentum too. I like the strategy that he's going in for this freestyle. Nice air off of those cars. And yeah, that car stack's pretty interesting. It's set like a jammer of some sort. And now he is going, oh, here we go for a donut. Got a little bit out of that. Tim B going back for the cars. Man, he is really airing out that Killer B Ford. As he's showing everybody here in Augusta what he can do. And now he's going back possibly for a popper. Oh, he got some more balance off that time. As he found the place where it had a lot of traction. Back for some more donuts. Really slinging that truck around. Tim B, Killer B with some great donuts. Man, those cars are not even going to look like cars by the end of this show. They're just hammering into those crushed cars. And some more good air there for Tim B. Slings it around, and he's got a little more of a donut there. And what a way to wrap it up there for Tim B, as the fans giving some cheers. Hometown driver Shan OBrien in the WEBSLINGER. Our third out of the 4 drivers that are here for their freestyles. As for many years, we've seen the WEBSLINGER ride truck either at the events or right in front of the arena. However, we have never seen the race truck, and this right here is the first time that we're seeing it. Great looking piece, and he's giving a parade lap to all of his fans right here in his hometown in New Jersey. Gotta love that WEBSLINGER Chevrolet, a really great looking piece. as now he is ready to give it his all here in freestyle web slinger. Great start as he got some nice air over those cars. You can really hear those open header pipes just making music, and it is music to my ears. And there's some pretty good air there off those cars. As now you really got to give it your all if you want that freestyle win. You got to have all that momentum. You got to try to improvise and try some new stuff that no one's done yet. And you really got to give it 110% the whole way through. As there is no time limit in these freestyles here for KSR Motorsports, but you really got to get these wow factors in. Like that, pretty good air right there. Shan having some pretty good momentum there. Web Slinger slinging up some mud. Trying to find some new stuff to hit. Shan goes for that other side. He got some pretty good air off that. And that'll help him. No one's done that yet. Had to back up just a little bit. Shan OBrien back for the card. Some more great air there. And a little slap wheelie. Nice job there. Shan and Web Slinger saying that this is not my first rodeo, as he's going all out here in Web Slinger. Here we go. He's slinging up some donuts. Some great donuts there for Shan and Web Slinger, showing the New Jersey fans why he's here. Back for the cars, and a little bit of air off that. Tried to get a little more of a slap wheelie there, but just couldn't get it to stick. Man, he's been going on for a while now. Very great run there for Shan OBrien in Web Slinger. Some more great air off the cars, as this momentum and these consistent hits is definitely going to help him in the long run. But I think he's also continuously going, also because of the show being canceled the previous night. So he's trying to give everybody their money's worth. And I think he has done a great job, as he's about to soon pull in. But not before he salutes the fans as he comes around to the main side of the arena. How about that for Shan OBrien and Web Slinger? They've been on a really good run in that Web Slinger Chevrolet, as we still have one more driver to go in our freestyle competition for KSR Motorsports at the Sussex Fairgrounds for their one and only show. Stephen Thompson, Hurricane Force. He is all set and he is ready to go. The last driver up for freestyle, and he's a heavy hitter. Oh, man! The biggest air of the night over those cars. Stephen Thompson's pretty much telling Shan, no you don't. This freestyle win is going to be mine. And yep, just going back to my earlier statement, yup, those cars don't even look like cars anymore because of how many times they're rolling over those things. And Stephen Thompson is really giving it his all. And he's just going on the ragged edge here in Hurricane Force. And we love that. With freestyle, you got to be on that ragged edge in order to get that win. Trying to do some stuff that are different, something that nobody usually does in their runs. Trying to run over everything. Back for the cars. Nice distance off of that jump. Stephen Thompson, he's got some really good runs in. Oh, baby. Got a little bit on two wheels there for a moment. If he was just that much on a different angle, that could have been it there. But man, just look at that. He just cross-res the whole track, and he just goes for it. And now he is going to go sling that truck right back around and back for the racing lane. Also, shout out to Monster Truckinator TV, as he actually has a video of Stephen Thompson's truck underneath the suspension. More big air there for Stephen. Yeah, you get to see the truck right in the inside. How about that for Stephen Thompson? Hurricane Force. A great run. And now we're going to figure out, was that enough? Or did Shan win? Or did any of those other drivers get it? We'll have to find out momentarily from the host. As man, oh man, he really put on a great show there for the fans here at Sussex. Such an iconic piece in the independent monster truck scene, Hurricane Force. Alright, so I believe from what the fans said, it might have been WEBSLINGER, because I think I might have heard some more noise. But anyway, we have a little treat to wrap up the show. All 4 trucks doing a special encore. Let's just sit back and watch. Thank you guys for tuning in here on TF Motorsports, and we'll see you in September at Middletown.
Playin Hookie.